Hey boys and girls, today's video, no riding. It's not really about the bike today. Um, I've just watched Leadpin's latest video, to which I will post a link in my description. Can't even speak, man. So, Leadpin's dog has just been put down, as you'll see if you watch his video. Link will be in the description. And this video is more specifically for him than anyone else. I know what you're going through. I had a similar situation. It wasn't quite the same. I was a lot younger. I was in like my first or second year of high school. I didn't really have a lot of friends. Like I had one or two, but they were just people that I hung out with in school. They weren't like friends. But my dog Guinness, he was my best friend. He was more like a brother to me. You know, he was always with me. If I wasn't at school, I was with him. That was it. And when I'd go to sleep, he'd come and sleep like in the bed with me as well. He'd get under the covers and he'd just lay there. And then when I'd fall asleep, he'd go downstairs and check on my nan, my grandparents. And he'd always do a sweep of the house before they went to bed. And he was cool, man. We didn't train him to do none of that. That was just his instinct. He looked after us. He was a really lovely dog. He was really good with kids. So this was my little guy. And this picture of him with my little brother. He had such a nice temperament to people. I don't have many pictures of him. In fact, these are the only ones I have. But watching Leadpin's video really brought it all back to me. Not even in a bad way. Like, you know, of course I'm a little bit choked up and a little bit upset. But it brought back all the good memories too, man. And that's an important thing to hold on to. It's not just how sad it is that he's not there anymore. It's how awesome a time you guys had together while he was around. And my dog was feisty. He didn't like other dogs. He couldn't be around them. If you were walking him, he had to be on a lead, because if he saw another dog, he'd start yapping and trying to pull towards them. And this is the point where I tell you what breed he was. He was a little Jack Russell, so he was only a small dog. Like, he wasn't big. But it wouldn't matter what size dog he saw. They could be a small little lap dog, they could be a huge dog. He would belt towards them, and he would be always barking his head off. Now, you know, I always looked at him as this crazy fighter. Like, he's mad. And I mean, we never let him fight other dogs, obviously. It's our responsibility to look after our animal and stuff, but he was cool. The way that he died was I can't even think straight. So it's a bit overwhelming. The way that he died, I prefer to start back to the day before he died. Now, going along the lines of the fact that he used to like to bark at other dogs, even when he was in the house. I mean, we lived in a small block of flats. It was only 3 stories high. And he used to jump up at the window whenever he'd hear another dog, and he'd start barking like crazy, and he'd be sort of like on the back of the sofa so that he could reach the window, because like I said, he was a short dog. And I was telling him to get down, and he wouldn't listen, and I don't really know why. So I went to tap his bum, and I said, "Right, get down." And he spun around and bit me. Now it wasn't like a vicious bite, and he didn't do it on purpose. I know it was a reaction that while he was all hyper and stuff, something touched him, and his instant reaction was to turn around and bite. As soon as he did, I obviously flinched away, and while I was much younger, I was a lot younger, and I was upset with him, and I didn't talk to him, and he'd come up to me. You know how dogs do when they come up, and they know that they've done wrong, and they're trying to apologize, and they're trying to make it right. And I was adamant that he needed to learn a lesson, so I didn't talk to him the rest of that night. And then I went to school the next morning, so I wasn't even there for the day. My nan had taken him to get the snip, and while he was under anesthetic, he died. And it was only later on that the vets found out he had tubes missing from his heart, and he shouldn't have lived as long as he did. And they said the only reason that he lived as long as he did is because he felt loved, and he fought to carry on. And to this day, I still think he gave up because of me. My best friend gave up because he thought I was mad at him. My best friend in the world gave up because he thought I wouldn't talk to him anymore. And I have to live with that every day. I'd like to think he knew I loved him. I really would. I hope he knew I loved him. But as a reminder to always be careful of what you say, I got him tattooed on my arm. And because he was always a fighter, I got him in a samurai outfit. And this shadow, this darkness in the back, that's the reminder. Be careful what you say, because you might not have a chance to take it back. I carry him with me everywhere I go. I miss him every day. But he'll always be with me. Always. Leadpin, buddy, I'm sorry for your loss. Bert looked like an amazing little guy. He looked like a lot of fun. Everyone else who's lost a pet, sorry for your loss too. It's not easy. I'm a lot of years on now, and it still breaks me down. Guys and girls, look after your pets. Always let them know you love them. And if you're out on the bike, ride safe, because they need you to come home to them. Be good. Be safe.